So we all know that saying, if you can't edit fast, then you should probably quit your job and live under a bridge. Well, I don't know if that's true or not, but since this video is sponsored by NVIDIA, we're going to talk about them and their brand new premium GPU, the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2070. So the laptop you see before me, or behind me, is the MSI P75 Creator laptop. It's one of the RTX studio laptops that NVIDIA has been working with that features the GeForce RTX GPU. If you don't know what a GPU is, not to worry, I'm going to Doc Brown this entire thing and explain to you what a GPU is, what a GPU does, how a GPU works, why a GPU works? One of those. Okay, so this is a GPU. It's the unit that's a part of the graphics card that handles things like color correcting, color grading, ray tracing, and even time travel. Ooh, okay, so a GPU is kind of like a flux capacitor, the thing that makes time travel possible. Or in this case, makes editing videos a lot smoother. I've always wanted to do this. So let's just say that you're living in a timeline where your editing life is so slow and frustrating, and you're like, man, I just wish I could use something that'll speed up my workflow. This reality sucks. I just want to live in an alternate timeline. Wait a minute, what if I use a really cool GPU like the NVIDIA RTX 2070, which is this guy right here? Then your reality will skew into this alternate timeline where your editing life is a lot faster, it's smoother, you're much happier, and you're like, man, time travel is so cool. This is the power of a really good GPU because it takes a lot of the workload off of the CPU. Also, time travel is cool. Now, don't confuse a GPU with a CPU. The CPU is kind of like the brain of a computer that does all the processing and calculating and all the nerd stuff. But when it comes to video editing, the GPU actually plays a really vital role because it pretty much takes most of the graphics processing, things like color correcting and rendering. The GPU is designed to take all that work away from the CPU so that the CPU isn't bottlenecked by doing its processing, calculating nerd stuff. Also, time travel is cool. Back in the day, if you wanted a powerful computer to handle things like video editing, then you had to get a desktop computer. There's just no question about it. But these days, laptops have become so powerful that they have somewhat replaced the desktop computer. It's actually been a while since I've used a PC, but I've been playing with this computer for the past couple of weeks, and everything that I've done with this computer, from video editing to editing photos to surfing the web, has been really smooth. I suppose I should talk about this computer. Okay. The MSI P75 features a beautiful 17.3 4K display. Inside is an Intel Core i9 processor with, of course, the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2070 GPU. It has 1TB of SSD storage along with 32 gigs of DDR RAM. Outside the computer, you have many ports like USB-C, USB 3, a full HDMI port, Ethernet, a micro SD slot, headphone jack, and even a mic jack. You have pretty big speakers out in the front, an illuminated keyboard, and a fingerprint sensor to access the laptop. Now, NVIDIA has really upped its game in recent years and made GPUs for creators like me. It's actually been pretty cool seeing NVIDIA work with big companies like Adobe and Blackmagic to create the best products for creators. And really a big part of that is the NVIDIA Studio Ready drivers, which really focus on stability and optimization for demanding work like editing videos. So touche NVIDIA, touche. I know, that's a lot of nerd talk, so now we're gonna check out how the GPU actually performs. Alright, new computer, let's put you to the test. Should probably change camera angles. Let's change camera angles. Okay, set to switch angles, microphone. Okay, I think we're set. Oh, there we go. Now we're set. Okay, so I opened up a project in Premiere Pro. It's the camera cam video that I did a while ago, and we're just gonna play it back. All the project files are on the internal SSD, and it should run smooth. I've set the playback to half resolution, which is the resolution that I use on my other computer anyway. Sometimes playing at full resolution just makes the playback real choppy, and so let's just see how this plays back. Here we go. Pretty smooth. Nice. And there are no preview files to work off of. That's literally the computer playing the video back as is. There's a couple of LUTs in each clip, some color grading, and so it's playing back pretty smoothly. So let's go ahead and bump it up to full res. All right, here we go. It's pretty smooth at full res. Oh, it's beautiful.
We are at Mountaintop Cabin, and then literally it's a cabin on the mountaintop.
And this is 4K footage right here.
Here's the cabin over there. And I think some of us are going to hike down just to get some stuff.
It's playing back 4K video real smoothly. Nice. Cody Blue.
So, truth be told, when you go to an event like this,
love it. Wow.
Generally have an idea of what you want to film as far as
content goes. It's playing back 4K video with a couple of LUTs, some color grading with ease. That's pretty impressive. Now, I know with a lot of reviews on computers and how fast and powerful they perform when it comes to editing videos, there's a lot of focus on rendering times, and yes, that is important to me, but not as important as the video editing process itself. Let's go ahead and edit the video again, but this time we're going to play the video while I'm making changes to that particular clip. Ooh, and at full res. Let's see, what's a good one over here? Ooh, I know. Let's find some drone footage. There we go. I'm just going to extend it because I want to play back and make those changes at the same time. So let's go to our color workspace, and I'm just going to make some changes in the Lumetri panel as I'm playing back at full res. And this clip is from the DJI Mavic Air, shot at 4K at 30 frames a second, slowed down to 24. Okay, here we go. So playing back. Nice. It's not choppy at all. Wow. That is pretty dang cool. Look at that. It didn't skip a beat. Usually when you make changes to a playback, even at half res on my other computer, it's always choppy, but this, wow. Dang. That's pretty cool. Now this is where the GPU really shines, because like I've said before, it takes the brunt of processing all the graphics, especially when you're editing a video. And while it's doing that, your CPU isn't bottlenecked, and it can do what it does and just runs a computer. But look at that. Smooth playback, 4K, no video previews connected to the file. I'm making changes on the fly, not skipping a beat, smooth playback. Freaking love it. Touche, NVIDIA. Touche. The NVIDIA RTX GPU can also handle 8K red raw footage. I don't have a red camera to show you, but Gene talks about it in his video, so definitely check that out. So there you go. That is the NVIDIA RTX 2070 GPU, a pretty powerful GPU intended for creators like me. Also, it's in a laptop, so you can take it on the go. Boom. Big thanks to NVIDIA for sponsoring this episode, and if you want to check out their RTX 2070 GPU, as well as their RTX Studio laptop line, then definitely check out the link in the description below. But that is it for me, folks. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about GPUs, CPUs, computers, and other nerdy related topics, I won't answer them. I'm going to refer you to Gerald Undone. He can answer that for you. And so subscribe to him, subscribe to me, and I will see you in the next video.